I've been thinking about this concept of the woman who walks away, specifically in the context of a man's life. See, some women don't chase after a man, despite the fact that he might have all the money, all the status, all the power, despite the fact that he might be everything society says a woman should want. Still, she walks away. Now, if you ask most men, they'll tell you that these women are crazy or just unlucky in love. They'll tell you that no sane person would turn down such a prize. And indeed, most women do. Most women will try to win over a man like this, often ignoring red flags and hoping that someday he'll change. And, let's be clear, we're not talking about those rare cases where a woman might leave a bad relationship due to toxic behavior. We're looking at something different here, something deeper. There are plenty of reasons why a woman might walk away from a man, but today, I want to talk about a particular kind of woman. These are the women who stir something primal in a man's soul. They are the women who stand as an emblem of everything he desires, yet they remain elusive, forever out of reach. So, let us take a look at what these women do and how their actions reverberate through a man's life. Let me begin with a simple truth. Some women don't chase, and yet they are never forgotten. They linger in a man's memory like an unfinished sentence, like a shadow he cannot name. He does not tell the world, but his unconscious speaks for him in silence, in obsession, in the ache that stirs when she is no longer near. Men rarely confess what they crave most because what they desire is not always respectable, not always rational. It is written in the language of the shadow, where pride and fear collide. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." A man's desires, the secret ones, live in this unseen realm, and it is often a woman who touches them, who awakens what he cannot speak. Now, the interesting thing is that most men are drawn to this kind of woman. They're attracted to her mystique, her independence, her self-assurance. But they also fear her, because in her silence and solitude, they see a reflection of themselves. Here's the paradox. Men desire the woman who embodies the archetype of the self, the fullest expression of the masculine ideal. She is the living embodiment of the depth he aspires to reach, the wholeness he dreams of attaining. Yet, paradoxically, it is precisely this depth that terrifies him. The vastness of her being mirrors his own untapped potential, reminding him of the complexities he has yet to explore within himself. Therefore, while he may initially be captivated by her enigmatic allure, ultimately he is confronted by the daunting realization that he is unworthy of her. You see, this woman embodies an ideal that transcends physical beauty or societal status. She represents a state of being that eludes easy definition, a harmony between strength and gentleness, between assertiveness and vulnerability. She is the feminine ideal, and men are naturally drawn to her because they subconsciously recognize her as a conduit to their own higher selves. But the path to this ideal is fraught with challenges, demanding a level of introspection and self-awareness that many men shy away from. It requires confronting one's inner demons, integrating one's shadow self, and embracing the full spectrum of emotions and experiences that make up the human condition. It's a journey into the depths of one's being, and it's one that few men are willing to undertake. This is where the majority of men falter. They cannot face the arduous journey of self-discovery and transformation required to be worthy of this woman. Instead, they seek solace in the familiarity of the everyday, choosing the mundane over the mystical, the ordinary over the extraordinary. And so, they settle for women who fit their limited perspective. Women who embody the conventional ideals of beauty and status, rather than the deeper, more meaningful qualities that this woman represents. And this choice has profound consequences for them. For in forsaking the woman who embodies the archetype of the self, they also renounce the opportunity to become their best selves. In essence, this woman acts as a catalyst for a man's growth, a mirror reflecting his potential, and a challenge urging him to rise to the occasion. But the path she represents is not an easy one. It demands courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront the darkest recesses of one's soul. And for many men, this is a price they are unwilling to pay. Think about the countless movies and stories where a man meets a woman who seems too good to be true. She's beautiful, confident, intelligent, and seemingly perfect. But as the story unfolds, we discover that she's also deeply wounded. Her confidence is a shield to hide her insecurities. Her independence is a defense mechanism to avoid vulnerability. And her aloofness is a way to protect herself from getting hurt. In these narratives, the hero is often a man who becomes enamored with this enigmatic woman, drawn to her like a moth to a flame. But as he delves deeper into her world, he realizes that beneath her flawless exterior lies a broken heart. This realization shakes him to his core, forcing him to confront the harsh truth about himself. He comes to understand that his attraction to this woman is not just about physical desire or romantic infatuation. It's a longing for something purer, something more profound. It's a yearning for the wholeness and depth that she embodies. However, this realization is both exhilarating and terrifying. The mere glimpse of a more meaningful existence fills him with hope, but at the same time reveals the stark contrast between his current reality and his untapped potential. He is confronted by the vast chasm that separates him from the kind of man who can truly love and cherish this woman. The story reaches its climax when the hero is faced with a choice. He must decide whether to stay on the familiar path of his ordinary life or take a leap of faith into the unknown depths of his own soul. The decision is agonizing, tearing him between the comfort of the known and the allure of the infinite. Ultimately, the hero's choice becomes a metaphor for the journey that each of us must undertake. We are all confronted with the realization that our deepest desires lie not in the superficialities of everyday existence, but in the exploration of our inner selves. The woman who walks away embodies the catalyst for this transformation. A reminder that true fulfillment can only be found when we dare to venture beyond the confines of our comfort zones and embrace the challenges that lie ahead. As you can see, this woman is not just a fleeting infatuation for a man. She is a symbol of his own untapped potential, a mirror reflecting his innermost desires, and a challenge urging him to evolve into the best version of himself.